What's up, everyone? This is the AMZ Answers Podcast, episode number 39, your 3 times weekly podcast for all things Amazon. And yes, guys, we are getting closer and closer. July 2nd, the course is launching. You'll be able to go from zero, from not having any knowledge to having a really great item coming in the warehouse. So be on the lookout for that. But here's this episode, number 39, how to determine if your product niche is too crowded. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the AMZ Answers Podcast. This is episode number 39. How to determine if your product niche is too crowded.
Happy Friday, folks. Happy Friday, folks.
My name is Adam. I'm with Noah.
What's up? Time to go into the weekend. Time to put some hours in the Amazon business. Don't go.
partake.
Let me tell you something. Don't go out. When your friends are yelling at you to go out, no, you can't go out because you have to work on Amazon and you don't want to be hungover the next
You
day.
can go out when you get your first sale. Guys,
That's what I'm talking about.
do it. You can do it. Guys, if you are listening to this podcast, this is the first one you've ever listened to, listen to the Startup 25. It's the first 25 episodes. It will take you from not knowing what to do on Amazon to knowing a lot about what to do. Then you can listen to the other ones and fill in. Come back to this episode if you want. Noah, what's a gripe that you have?
Oh my God, I had a really good one. A gripe I have is certain states in this country of ours, in the US of A, that don't have this certain leaf that you can just go to a store and get. And so you must deal with this ridiculous process of illegality to get it. And it's so frustrating. We don't have to go into it more, but it's just like, it just kills me.
You're talking about oregano.
I'm talking about oregano.
Okay.
And I would like to just go to a store and pick some up right now because I'm hung over.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, and the audience knows too. You guys know.
I have a gripe. My gripe is that dry erase markers, if you're a teacher, you know this, they run out way too fast. They run out so fast. It's so dumb. I feel like if you use one, they run out in a week. Expo markers. Come on, give them more ink.
Yeah, I've had a lot of black. That's kind of a lame one. I got to be honest with you.
Okay, how to determine if your
Like
product
I
niche,
like spaced
how
out
to
during your
determine
thing because it was
if
so
your
bad.
product niche is too crowded. Noah, how do you determine if product niche is too crowded?
Okay, so and this is when you're sourcing for an item, right?
This is when you're sourcing from an item, or you've already put in your first order, and all of a sudden the bees come.
Oh my God.
The mosquitoes come.
Well, let's start with the first one. If you're sourcing for an item, right, and you're looking at it and you're like, this niche is really, really, really great, but there's like the first page is full of sellers. The way that you find out is by looking at, you guys know if you've looked at the course, which you'll look at in 2 days. Sorry, it hasn't come out yet, I guess. Is the LVP, the least valuable product, okay? If you can't find a product that you can easily beat with the listing, with the branding, with the differentiation, with an accessory, then do not do that item, okay? And the most important thing to do for when you're looking at an item and making that final decision is a peer review, okay? Is have someone else look at it and try and explain to them, even if they're not an Amazon seller. Me and Adam do this for each other, but they don't need to be an Amazon seller. It could be your wife, could be your husband, could be whoever. Just say, this is my strategy. This is how I'm going to beat this LVP. And if they're like, I don't see it, it's a reality check for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're going to have what's called
Confirmation bias.
Confirmation bias, because you put in all this work towards figuring out this niche, and then maybe you've put a month. Sometimes I've put in 2 months into products and been like, I can't do this. So you might have put in a month or two. So basically,
we've also done the opposite where I put in 2 months and I see this is bad and I've gone through with it, and that's a recipe for losing money. That's the losing money recipe.
You will just go further and further into the dark hole of frustration.
Guys, you can't lose the chips that you don't put in the middle.
So let me tell you. This is how you determine if the niche is too crowded. You find the LVP and you give pretty much a product pitch to a peer review.
LVP.
Hey guys, if you're listening to this, don't roll your eyes. Don't roll your eyes about the peer review. I know you're like, okay, like he's saying that, but I'm not going to actually do it. Please, 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 please do it. You have to understand that your confirmation bias, or you're going to be your own worst enemy sometimes, especially with this stuff, and you need someone else to look at it.
Okay, not only that, I would add to it that you write down, if you were sourcing right now and you like this niche, write down this niche, give it a day or two, come back to it and look at it again. You'll be amazed about how you can see it differently, because I'm sure the listings are going to be a little bit different. The BSRs are going to be a little bit different on every one of those items, and you're going to see things a little bit differently. What happened in the last 2 days? Were there 3 more people on it, or did it remain the same?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it remained the same, it's better.
I can't believe we haven't told people about this yet. I totally forgot about this. One way you could use to actually track sales of an item is what's called the 999 trick.
We have told them about this. Did we tell them about this?
Yeah, this is in the first 10 episodes.
Okay, I'm gonna reiterate it though real fast.
Yeah.
Basically, let's say that I'm selling tape measures. I'm gonna take like the LVPs that I can find of the niches I know I can beat. I'm gonna put them into my cart.
What's the LVP? Noah?
LVP, least valuable product.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is the product that you can easily beat if you came into that niche.
Okay, now keep going.
Okay, I'm gonna take the 3 LVPs and I'm gonna put them into my cart. And I'm going to put 999 that I want, 999 units, and click, confirm or whatever. Most of the time, the seller isn't going to have 999. And so it's going to tell you, it's going to be like, there are only 650 of these left. And you're like, great. Write down the time, and take an Excel sheet or Google sheet, write down the time and the amount of items, come back to it in 24 hours and do that same thing. And might say, oh, wait, now you have... this seller only has 638 units. That means it sold 12 times the last 24 hours. It means it's a good item.
Right. Yes. Also, very important. I just want to make sure that everyone, if they have Keepa or they have the Helium tools,
You should have Keepa because it's free. Is it still? It's still free.
I believe so. Yeah.
You should have Keepa because it's free.
You need to be looking at all-time data. Do not look at data that's in just the last week because those BSRs, they could be running a lightning deal. They could be running crazy PPC ads. Look at the data through all time.
And I'm going to give you guys a quiz real fast. If you see an item that has like 60 days of history but a great BSR, what do you think to yourself? Give them a second. That's right. You say, it's just getting that pre-launch bonus. Maybe I shouldn't trust this.
Yeah, I would shorten that a little bit to probably a couple weeks rather than 60 days.
I would do 60 days.
Okay, fair enough. Disagree. Yeah. We can disagree.
Boom. Yeah, we can have a little discourse.
We can have a discourse.
We can have a discourse. Start a discourse.
Discourse.
How else can you determine if the niche is too crowded?
Sometimes you go into a niche. There's like different kinds of niches, right? We should come up with words for these. There's some where you see that there's like one really good item, but there's a lot of other FBA sellers that have just started to come onto it. So there's like 5 or 6 items with like 2 or 3 reviews that are selling pretty well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a confusing one because you see that there's a lot of LVPs, but there may be a lot of mosquitoes already on the
they're flying around
the cake. Yeah,
I think that one thing that when I first started that I was really bad at is understanding that the niche that I'm looking at, okay, my item is not going to hit in there until like 3 or 4 months, right? Yeah. So really, you're looking at a niche and you're like, what will this look like in 3 months? Of course, you're not gonna know. You don't know what it's gonna look like. But it's going to be a lot more competitive than what you're looking at right now.
Yeah. Guys, and when you go through with your sourcing, and hopefully when you're just starting off, you should be doing a ton of sourcing, getting good practice with it, is that there's always another item. There's always another item down the road that's waiting for you that could be better.
Always.
Always. There always is. So we go through, what's our percentage? We do end up ordering like a quarter, a third of the items that we end up talking to suppliers about.
So mine is of the items that I even get to talk to the suppliers about, of the items that I even get to that stage, and that means that I found an LVP. The profit, I believe, is going to be over 30%. So it's not very high percentage to even get there. Of those items that I even get there, only a third of them do I actually do.
Yeah, and guys, if you're super bummed about how you want to do this item, but you don't know if it's really that good, reach out in the group to another FBA seller. That's why we have the group. Send them a private message, be like, hey, can you please look at this item for me? Everyone is in the group to help each other.
That's right.
Yeah.
Get other eyes on it before you make a purchase. Do a pitch. Be like, this is how I'm going to beat this item. This item sells this much a day, and I'm looking to sell this much if I can just make this little change.
Here's my product idea, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Okay. Adam, what's your biggest takeaway?
My biggest takeaway is you need to get some space from it. When you look at that niche, give it a couple of days and then come back to it with fresh eyes, and also get someone else to look at it whenever you're looking at it. That will help you determine if something is too crowded because it will get outside of your own biases, your own head.
Mm-hmm.
What's your biggest takeaway from this one?
My biggest takeaway, the most important thing to do when finding an item, find the LVP, figure out how much the LVP is selling, and find out how you can beat the LVP. Okay, that's how you're going to figure out if the niche is too crowded or not.
And like you said, keep in mind that your product will at best hit that store 2 months. At best, 2 months.
Yeah,
a month and a half, 2 months.
At best. Guys, in 2 days, the course is launching on amzanswers.com. It's going to be able to take you from never having an item to having no idea what to do to having a great item in Amazon's warehouse. We're going to continually update it as well. So when you purchase it, you're going to keep getting new videos and stuff.
Guys, the Grace course is going to have 10 videos. It's going to have over an hour and a half of video content plus written homework and action
Over an
items.
hour and a half. It's going to have like 7 or 8 hours.
Of video?
Yeah. Because by the way that I'm doing these videos.
I haven't edited them.
They ended up being like an hour long. So Adam's editing the videos and
Okay.
I'm doing them. So they're like
There you go.
each video is like almost like an hour.
Oh, boom. Okay, you guys, 7 hours of videos plus those action items on the homework, and it's on a great platform. We're really excited about it.
Okay. Awesome, guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys. Bye.